John Eats Cheap doing another one. I've seen lately mac and cheese in a cup. Have you seen this? You do it in the microwave. It takes like 5-6 minutes. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it not in a cup. I'm going to do it in a big ramekin because I'm going to finish mine in the air fryer because that's how Mrs. Cheap likes it. A little golden on top. It's pretty simple. I got some elbow macaroni. This is the small one. It's half a cup of that and 3/4 of a cup of water. That's what you start with. Now I'm going to put it in the microwave on a plate. It'll probably foam up and boil over. That's why I have it on a plate. But this, zap it for 2 minutes. Let's start. First 2 minutes is done, and see, it did boil over just a little bit. Got a little bit on the plate. So I'm going to stir that up and go back in for another 2. I'm sopping up a little bit of the water here just to get it so I don't spill any going in and out of the microwave. So there we go. We are 4 minutes in. I'm gonna mix it up. Not much water left in there. Oops, lost this little guy. Macaroni's almost done. So now I'm gonna throw in a tablespoon of butter, a little bit of milk. It's supposed to be a couple of tablespoons.
Wouldn't the little craft cups be easier?
Probably. But this is homemade. I want to see how close it is to homemade. I'm not going to be one of those that does this, and I'm going to tell you up front, I'm not going to say, oh, this is the best ever, best tasting ever. I just want something close to my homemade. And you can see this is the Hy-Vee mac and cheese blend.
What's that, like a quarter cup?
Cheddar, American, and Swiss. That's, yeah. I don't know. I just put some in. I think the recipe I saw said half a cup. I'm going to add a little Kojak too.
You just don't do measurements much. I try to guess.
Not really. So now we'll just kind of mix this up, and we'll end up going back in for another 1.5 minutes, maybe more. That looks like a lot of liquid. I don't know, maybe I put too much milk in. If I did, it's going to be extra creamy. Oh, got to add a little bit of salt too. And some pepper. Back in, 1.5 minutes. That smells good. It smells mac and cheesy. Stir it up. You know what? I think I want to go a little bit more. I think I'm going to add a little more cheese. It's a little too much liquid, maybe.
Too much milk.
Probably. So I'm going to put a little more cheese in there, or a lot more cheese. No such thing.
I think only on a rare occasion have I said there's too much cheese.
Right. And this will probably, if you let it set, you know, it'll firm up a little bit. I'm going back in for about another, I'm going to do another 1:15 minutes.
Bubbly.
That is some bubbly mac and cheese. It smells great. I'm just going to stir it up. Yeah. Stir it up real well. Now that would be, you know, let it set for a minute, and I'm sure you could dive right in. But we're going to do a little extra. Let me get just a bit of cheese to throw on top and go into the air fryer for a few minutes until it gets a little brown on top. Just that little extra. Better put my gloves on.
Yes, I was just going to say, you're bad about that.
All right. Into the air fryer, 400 until it's golden. There we go, 5 minutes in the air fryer, a little golden on top. I want to dive in. Mrs. Cheap wants to dive right in, but you can't do that. And this will stay hot for a long time. So we're just going to let it rest, make sure it stops bubbling at least.
You always want to rest it so that you don't get third-degree burns.
It looks pretty good though, pretty close to my homemade. I'm just going to go in a little bit on the edge here, and I'm going to let this. See, it's not too liquidy. This is just molten. That's a really good mac and cheese. I like it. Not quite as good as my homemade. I like it with a roux, a little bit of that flour in it, but it's really good. It took, what, 8 minutes? If you didn't air fry it, it took 13, popping it in the air fryer to get a little golden on top and extra cheese. That's a good one. I like it. Make it in a mug. Do it. It's pretty simple, it's pretty fast, and it is very tasty. I promised you, and I stick to it. Not the best I've ever had, but it is really good. I've had a lot worse than this, and it's better than the stuff that comes in a box, in my humble opinion. Thanks for watching John Eats Cheap. Share, like, follow, leave a comment, thumbs up, subscribe. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, John Eats Cheap. Thanks for watching.